Hey guys, Tim here with another flipper video. I'm not going to go through too much of a tutorial, but going to have a look at a couple of devices that I found in a box that I was going through. 'Cause I'm currently going through a bit of a clean out in the garage. So first up we've got this one here. This I picked up at a local tip shop because I saw it had 433 megahertz wireless remote sensor written on it, and when I got it home I had a bit of a look at it. Pulled the back off and I can see it's got three different levels here. It's got a TX button and it's got a reset button on it, and when I did some research into it, I found that it is a weather station sensor. So this you would throw outside. It's got a little hole in the bottom here for receiving the moisture level, as well as it does pick up the temperature and sends that back to the base station. But in this situation I don't actually have a base station, but on the Unleashed firmware there is the weather station plugin which will actually pick this up. I just used the default frequency to pick this up, which is 433 megahertz, and in your area it might be different. So if we go over to applications, tools, all the way down the bottom there's this one called weather station. If you can see that, the camera's not focusing. We'll load that up. Weather station, we'll let that sit there and scan, and when this flashes it'll actually pop up on here. There you go, you can see this flashed, and now we've got one here, and this tells me it is currently 29.5 degrees inside my garage at the moment, and it is 0% water, or 0% moisture. It's quite warm in the garage. I'm going to finish doing this recording and go inside and enjoy a scotch, I think. So there you go, you can sit this outside and load up the flipper, wait for it to come up with the temperature, and it'll tell you, which is pretty cool. I quite like this functionality. I'm not sure who wrote this, but it is in the Unleashed firmware. So this is an iTronics weather station sensor, and the flipper does pick it up, and the range is actually not too bad. I can receive it in my garage with it outside in the backyard. So yeah, there you go. The other cool thing I've got here is this fan controller. This I actually found in Hard Rubbish, and figured that it might be useful for something one day, maybe a hack RF project. And of course now I've got this flipper, so I might actually have a look at what it does. So here we can see we've got some dip switch settings, and we can also see that it operates at 304 megahertz. So fingers crossed my flipper will actually pick it up. So we'll go over to sub gigahertz and we'll go to read. Now I was already tinkering around with it, so this is already set at 303.87 megahertz. So I push a button, it's received Holtec HT12X541, 54D, 545, 549, and I keep pushing this and it's the same signal, so that I can show that this doesn't use any rolling codes. If I open it up, it actually tells me on the screen here dip switches. I don't know why I'm not showing my it shows dip switches, and it also shows that it's actually a combination of button 2 and 3 when I push a button. It's got an individual key which is 549. Oops, I don't want to save it. That's a pretty cool thing. So if I push the off button, it's saved it as 541. If I push it, the key is 541, and it's a button combination of B1, B2, B3, and the dip switch settings of 1010111. I look on the back here, we've got 1010101 for our 5 dip switches. So then if I get a screwdriver, I had like 10 of them here at once, I guess this will do the job. It's not really a screwdriver, is it? Let's change dip switch 5 to off. Go back on our flipper. Oops, stay. And if we push a button, of course it's gone all the way up to the top. Our numbers changed to 5C1, and we can see that our dip switch has also changed. It's now 101000011. I'm presuming the last 2 bits are just a finishing bit or something to say that it's finalized transmitting, possibly. So push the power button again, 541, 5C1, just by changing dip switches. Let's change dip switch 2 to being on. 141, just by changing to dip switch 2 to being on, and we can see that when we open it up, because 111001011. So there you go. I'm quite liking this flipper. I wouldn't have known this to be anything really that cool, but certainly able to decode it, and we'll also be able to transmit these sequences as well. And I can also grab these, save these files to the flipper, grab them off the SD card, and then edit them to resend if I wanted to. So yeah, really cool features. If you like this video, please like and subscribe for more relevant stuff. Thank you for watching.